to this presentation that is been long overdue. We went to Kenya in 2019 November, and we opened the school. But after opening the school, we came here and things went very fast because soon after there was COVID, the pandemic, the dreaded PC word, whatever you can call it. And we thought it will just pass over and then we can go back and, but since then, up to now, we have actually not gone back to Kenya. So we have a big report that we owe you that we should give. And we had a lot of children come in because many other schools could not cope with the demands of the government, the requirements. And so we had to actually hurriedly buy all these chairs. We had hundreds of children coming in to the school. So it became so difficult for us. So even the girls, for the first time, they got that sanitary pad disposal kit, which was a big bonus to them and the school. And we soon took them to a camp in the Masai Mara because it was so difficult for them, and we wanted them to bond again when the school reopened. So this is the camp in Masai Mara where the kids came to bond. This class was the examination class, which was going to leave. So we wanted to do this class, and then the next class will be doing. So every year we have this program where they come to the camp, and most of you here have been donating money, and that money goes to support this program. And it's a very expensive camp to go to. I mean, Masai Mara it's not a very easy place to go to for any local. So it was a big deal for them. They live nearby, but they can't afford it. So we organized this for them. And the first thing they do is to pitch up those tents. They learn how to put up a tent, and they do camp life. They cook, they clean. So it was a big experience for them. A big experience for them. Personally, I went to the camp after I came to Australia. I went to Masai Mara. So that's how difficult it is for a Kenyan to go to the Masai Mara. I could not go when I was there. So we want our children to be going there every year so that by the time they finish school with us, every child will have had that experience. And this is at the camp. You go very up close with the animals. It is like the cream of tourism. Everybody in the world wants to go to Masai Mara. So it was a big experience, and they really enjoyed it. They learned a lot of things. Those are their teachers who are with them, and even the teachers, it was their first time. So they had this safari camper van, with a pop-up roof where they can stand and see the animals, and they went to the airstrip and they saw the plane for the first time. They didn't get in, but at least they experienced it. Hopefully one day they'll get in a plane and come here. Who knows? God's plans. So it was exciting. It was really exciting for us. They have to have a guard. We have to actually hire a guard to accompany them, because it's a jungle there. Animals are everywhere, lions and hippos, and they can, these young kids, they might wander around, and who knows. So we had to get this man who helped them and was with them throughout. That our teachers with them, and believe it or not, our teachers, they come to school with babies. So our school is actually a family-friendly school. Everybody's welcome. We want to make it a very conducive environment for everybody. So the other thing that these guards do, they're actually members of the Kenya Ministry of Wildlife. So they teach them about animals, preservation of the environment, and things like that, And the kids get a lot of knowledge. They carry packed lunch. That's their packed lunch, but we thought it was like here, but no, that's their packed lunch. It's what they enjoy, and that's what they made. See, big animals, all the big 5 animals are there. I wish I had time to show you all the animals they saw. Most of the videos are really fascinating, This is the hippo point, where there are hippos. And these hippos are very dangerous, some of the most dangerous animals on land. That's why that guy has to have a gun, because you can't outrun them. They're that big, but you can't run faster than them. So If one goes wild, they just have to put it down. But thank God, everything went well. So this is back at the school. So they have their games and all this, and in the classroom, we've made it a classroom which is very, it's just like here, we're actually copying the Australian concept and taking it there. So we hope to keep on improving. And because our system is like this, many children have been attracted to the school because we also feed them. We give them this feeding program, which you also donate to very, very diligently. And we want to thank you for that. All your donations. Without that, we couldn't feed these kids. 300 children. And we make sure they get a feed every single day. Because some of them, this is the only feed they will get during the day. So it's a big deal to them. You see, they're going for seconds, like the boy at the back there. They still have to beat the queue, And I think once in a week, we give them a meal. We give them maize and beans mixed together. It's a popular dish in Kenya, very nutritious as well. And they really love that, and they enjoy it. And we've got a lot of people who are helping us. That lady is the matron. The other lady is one of the cooks. The other lady is also looking after the children. So they mingle freely. We've got plenty of space. They're not squeezed. It's a really, these are some of the containers that we brought, and then we've put that hall. And in this particular day, the church was having what they call a week of prayer. So during that week of prayer, they visit people in their homes. And one of the places they like to come to is to visit our children and talk to them. And they all come here and they teach them things, like they are being taught how to sanitize their hands and all that. And the preacher of the week, who is a guest in the village, is that lady. She comes and she teaches the children. So it's a day, it's a special day for that. And it's a beautiful thing, We have not really restricted our school to Adventist children only. It's open for any child. So these children are from mixed backgrounds. They are all mixed. Some of them probably will get their interaction with Jesus here. So we don't know. So that is like the hall. We've got a container on one side, a container on the other side, and we put that roof. And we still have to do the floor properly, So this was their graduation, the first graduation, official graduation that they did. They do it big time in Kenya when they graduate, these kids. They gowns and motorboards, and it's quite interesting to see. So they're in primary, yes, but they're graduating, and we have guests coming, and that lady in pink was our chief guest. She also runs a school, and all these guests and teachers, and it's a big day for them, The pastor comes and prays there for them. The kids are cooking there, preparing the food. We involve them, It's a very round program, and these kids, it's their day, it's their special day. They're being spoiled, and they're feeling very good. So those kids who are getting those boxes, that's a pair of shoes. They are the graduating class. So we felt that because they are going to secondary school, we bid them farewell with something substantial, like a pair of shoes. Believe it or not, a pair of shoes. It's not an easy thing. They were very happy. That kid can't even, she's still reading it. So these kids, they really impressed us. They did very, very well in their exams. They're the ones actually who went to Masai Mara, these ones. So now they are going to secondary school. They are now in secondary school. And it was a big occasion. And these are the ones who are still in the school. And the top three, they normally get some small gifts here and there, some presents. The parents are also invited. And the big thing about our school is that they did a joint exam with other schools in our county, which is about 16 schools together. And they emerged tops. So they got that trophy. They trounced every other school. It was something like, so those are their teachers with the trophy. And of course, their baby is still playing up there. So this is the day of the presenting of the awards, like which school was top. And when they announced the school that was top, it was Captain's Choice Academy. So they got that. And it was a lovely thing. It has really encouraged them. The kids realize that they can actually do something that is commendable. And I don't think they'll be going back now. I don't think they'll be looking back. They'll be going for the prize. They'll be aiming to the star. That is our motto. So that's the the trophy there. Another big thing that we also had a challenge was the uniforms. Our kids don't have uniforms. As you could see, they are all mixed clothes. And we said, okay, you come. We had a few donated clothes from here, which we gave them as uniforms. But now we want to have them have that uniform, you know. Is it gold? Polo shirt with an emblem of the school there, Captain's Choice Academy, and green pants. So that kid is modeling it for us. So what we did is we got some tailors in, and they tendered, and we selected 3 tailors, 2 ladies and 1 gentleman. And we said, bring your machines to the school. We give you a room. And we went and bought all this material, and then we made, they've started making these clothes. And now our biggest problem that we have to present to you is that these kids can't afford it. We are appealing to anyone who can dress a child or 2, get in touch with us, and we will ensure that all these kids eventually have their uniforms. Because those tailors have to be paid, the material has to be bought, and all this has to be done with money. But these kids simply cannot afford it. And we cannot go on without them having uniforms. We just have to, those are the bales of materials that we bought in the city. So the girls have dresses, and the boys have those jungle green pants. And there's a tunic for another option for the girls when it is cold. So we just want it to be like here, where it's not just one uniform, you know, which Kenya does. A lot of people, it's just one uniform. We want it to be, you know, an array of uniforms which they can select and choose and mix and match. So that yellow polo, every child can wear that, boy or girl, you know, they can wear it together with that. So this is what they are doing now. They have a curriculum where the children have to participate and do things like cooking. And so here's one of the things that in their curriculum, they are being marked on how to cook, how to do things. So of course, they're cooking on 3 stones. They put, and then they light a fire, then they cook on top of it, because it's a village set up. And they make those capes on top, like waiters and chefs, and they do it themselves. They make it themselves. That's the whole idea. You know, those aprons, they make it themselves. That's the Kenya curriculum is now becoming like Australia. It's called competency-based curriculum, where the kid has to be competent in doing things by themselves. And we have embraced that, and we are leading in that. Our school actually embraced it before other schools got in, and they're using our school as a model now for other schools to copy, because we get the concept, because we come from here. We see it here, how it works in the TAFE, everywhere. So it's a beautiful concept. So these kids, eventually, they will be very competent. We are going to introduce woodwork. We are going to introduce solar making technologies, simple way of doing things, dressmaking, you know, cooking, so that when they leave, they are rounded up. They don't have to be employed by anybody. They can survive on their own. We don't train them to be employed. We train them to create employment for themselves and for others. So that is our presentation, and we thank you so much for your support. All of you, I could have mentioned each one by name, but I don't. You've all supported us in so many different and diverse ways, and we appreciate it so much. And these kids appreciate it. They don't take it for granted, and they work very hard towards that. So thank you very much.